Hey everyone, welcome! In today's video, I'll be sharing the 4 key skills every sleep coach needs in order to work successfully with sleep clients and make a huge impact with families. Stick with me until the end because you don't want to miss any of these simple and yet underrated and misunderstood tips. And if you're excited to hear this, then don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. That way you'll be notified when we release a new video every single week. In case this is the first time you've watched one of our videos, I'm Dr. Lyndsey Hookway, a paediatric nurse, health visitor, responsive sleep and parenting advocate, author and researcher. With my colleague Emma, I head up the Holistic Sleep Coaching Programme, the most in-depth and evidence-based responsive sleep coach programme in the world, which has so far supported over 500 inspiring coaches who are committed to empowering families with evidence-based sleep support that is biologically and developmentally appropriate and protective of attachment. Coaches like Tami, who was a knowledgeable and experienced professional with a background as a nanny and postnatal doula and had undertaken previous sleep courses but felt she needed more. After completing the Holistic Sleep Coaching Programme, she built a successful business supporting families with respectful, responsive sleep solutions and absolutely loves her job. Tami was able to start using the 4 skills I share in this video right away and immediately started to make a huge difference for families, understanding the root cause, decreasing anxiety, building confidence, and supporting them with sleep in a sustainable way. Maybe you're a sleep consultant or parenting specialist who is trying to make a greater impact while also achieving consistent income. You might also be a parent who knows all too well the reality of trying to navigate sleep while maintaining responsiveness. You want to make a difference. You want to share up-to-date information. You want to have the freedom to work with who you want. You don't want to be tied to your business 24/7. You want to attract the clients that are right for you, and you don't want to use non-responsive sleep training methods like controlled crying. And yet, it can be hard to know how to achieve this elusive middle ground between non-responsive sleep training and waiting it out. Partly, the reason it's hard is that most sleep education is geared to mainstream non-responsive sleep training, so it can be difficult to pick out the parts that might help families and the parts that are likely to cause stress. And controversially, the way most people think about sleep is wrong and can cause more damage to families. If you think about the sleep information you've heard or read, maybe you can relate to that idea. Perhaps you've become passionate about sleep after receiving strange, conflicting, or erroneous information about sleep. Ideas that didn't resonate, tips that were impossible to implement, strategies that were harsh and not respectful. There is so much information that parents are bombarded with that creates fear, stress, and confusion. I could talk about this all day long, but in this video, I'll share 4 of the key aspects of working in a holistic and respectful way with families. The first step is family-centered care. Why? Well, family-centered care is the cornerstone of how we operate in paediatrics, and I regularly write and speak about this concept. The reason it's so important is that children only make sense in the context of the family and environment in which they're being raised. Family-centered care is known to be a more empowering and compassionate way of supporting children and parents through difficult times. It positions parents as the experts on their children and values shared decision-making, honouring the family's culture and preferences, and prioritises collaboration. My approach to a practical implementation of family-centered care is based on decades of work in attachment theory, as well as the work of people like Yuri Bronfenbrenner, who proposed an ecological systems model with the child at the centre and in progressive concentric circles, considering the influence and importance of the extended family, community, culture, and wider influences such as political and societal contexts. Family-centered sleep work means that all the influences on a child should be considered when co-creating plans with families. The second aspect of sleep support is really understanding sleep biology. Sleep biology isn't just a buzzword. It's true that many people talk about it, but they often just scratch the surface or become confused by pieces of pseudoscience masquerading as sleep biological fact. Digging into sleep biology means really understanding individual sleep needs, both on a wider population level and also in terms of the variation in sleep needs and patterns across cultures, ages and neurotypes. Circadian rhythms aren't just about knowing a few facts about melatonin secretion, but the complex interaction between circadian rhythmicity, genetics, sleep pressure, and the impact of daily activities and development on sleep. Sleep hygiene isn't just about having a regular bedtime routine and blackout blinds, but also considering the wider factors that impact sleep and becoming calm, especially regulation, and how adult caregivers can become more effective co-regulators to facilitate calm, connected, and peaceful bedtimes. Are you surprised I haven't talked about sleep strategies yet? How does it feel to think about supporting sleep without focusing straight in on sleep strategies? Does it feel liberating, different, challenging? Let me know your thoughts below. The third big cornerstone of successful holistic sleep coaching is exploring underlying factors. You can't treat feeding, health, or relational problems with sleep solutions. Zeroing in on sleep misses a vital opportunity to address a bigger problem more appropriately and effectively. So identifying these yellow and red flag symptoms such as feeding issues, health needs, weight gain, comfort, psychosocial factors, and potential sleep pathology is really important. Not only would a sleep solution not fix the underlying problem, but it also denies the child timely access to the care they really need. Finally, moving away from just a handful of sleep strategies in your toolkit means rethinking the way we create sleep solutions. Rather than trying to work out which of 4 or 5 tools is most appropriate, it's often about listening to the family's unique situation and tailoring a plan collaboratively. So what does that creative approach look like? Well, for all families, it involves flexibility, bespoke tailoring of solutions, and thinking outside the box. Working in this way requires a commitment to individualizing the approach. It doesn't mean you'll never use a familiar technique. It means that the solution is about so much more than the technique, which, let's face it, people could just Google. In case you're wondering what this actually looks like in practice, let's get practical. Using a family-centered approach means working with parents on their parenting self-confidence, co-parenting and teamwork, considering the influences on their parenting style, helping them identify contextual stresses and strengths, identifying sources of support, and ensuring that they know how important their own self-care is for their ability to be able to be effective co-regulators of their child. Understanding sleep biology and underlying factors means carefully reviewing a comprehensive sleep diary and analysing individual sleep needs, identifying possible problematic patterns, and knowing what to do if there's a yellow or red flag symptom that requires a further referral or more assessment. It might also look at the rhythm and pace of the day, considering age-appropriate play opportunities, activities and downtime, and getting the balance right with the bedtime routine. And thinking about creative, effective solutions means working with the family to define their personal sleep goals, breaking those down into manageable steps that are reasonable and respectful of the child, while also sustainable for the family. There are no set strategies apart from the promise that children at any age will never be left to cry alone, and sleep approaches are bespoke and individualised based on the current situation and where the family hopes to end up. It might involve the use of emotion coaching, social stories, managing loving limits, or offering an alternative parenting response, but no two families' sleep support programs will look the same. Mainstream sleep training often focuses solely on a behavioural sleep strategy without considering how the family can be fully empowered and work alongside their sleep coach to find a responsive, respectful solution that is bigger than just the bedtime. Today, we've thought about the importance of family-centered care, sleep biology, working out any underlying factors that might be impacting sleep, and then co-creating a sustainable, holistic plan of care for a family with creative solutions and biologically and age-appropriate expectations at the forefront of the approach. Working in this way is countercultural because most people are so used to hearing about controlled crying, the disappearing chair, and strict bedtimes. Thinking about sleep in this creative and holistic way offers families the opportunity to improve sleep without using strategies they feel uncomfortable with. But even more excitingly, it builds broader parenting confidence and strengthens families. If working like this makes you feel enthused and you too want to be able to support families with practical and sustainable sleep support that is responsive and evidence-based, then you can book a call to find out more about our holistic sleep coaching program and see if we're a good fit to work together. Finally, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'll see you soon.